in-person bodies here with us for this first, well, the second, we had one last night, but the second in-person performance since March 2020, as we all know. So how many of you have never been to Wellesley's concert series before? Okay, there's a song. Well, just so you know what it is, we have a concert series every year during the academic year. Almost every week during the academic year. And we feature guest artists, some visiting artists from afar, such as tonight, and student ensembles, as well as in the spring we have a slew of student recitals. So there's a lot of different genres represented: jazz, electronic music, classical, and world music of various ilk. And tonight we are so happy to have our special guests tonight. Shefali Jain is actually an instructor here at Wellesley, the successor of Gretchen Hayden, and a student of Gretchen's, who is here with us. And with the cooperation of the Phys Ed Department of Physical Education and Recreation Department, program, whatever it is called, I'm not sure. But with their cooperation, we have been able to present this special event today. So, Shefali Jain is a student of Gretchen Hayden, as I mentioned, and a disciple of Chitrish Das, who I have had the pleasure of working with many years ago. And Gretchen continues his tradition through her nonprofit organization and school of Kathak dance, Chandika. So thank you very much and for being here, and please welcome our artists for today.
The one who resides in the Himalaya, sitting deep in meditation, covered in ashes. He wears a necklace of skulls. Through his matted hair flows the river Ganga. Through his third eye emanates fire, blazing light. With a trident in one hand, a deer in another, he sits with his beautiful consort, Parvati. Namaskar, good afternoon. So lovely to see all of you here today. I will be presenting Kathak, North Indian classical dance, and we purposely kept it very informal today as a traditional Kathak. These were house concerts where the audience was just as much a part of the performance as the performers themselves. So we will begin with an exploration of the rhythmic cycle. So we'll do a 16-beat cycle. For those of you familiar with Western music, the time signature goes linearly in Western music. In classical music, it goes cyclical. So we'll start with 1, go to 16, back to 1. And you'll see us exploring different ways of coming to 1, which we often think of as the home, the resting place. And a lot of the beginning will be improvised, so it's just an exchange between me and the musicians, different ways of coming to the first beat. You'll see a contrast of sharp movements and very subtle, delicate gestures. So, Kat in Love. is my big sister, Maya Kurapati. On vocals is another very important member of our community. She's actually trained in South Indian classical music, but has been working with us in the North Indian tradition. Sujata Kumar. And the next two musicians are incredibly special and dear to my heart because they've actually come here all the way from India. They're both extremely talented in their own fields of tabla and sitar. But what makes them particularly special is that they work with dance, and they've been working with Kathak for almost several decades now. And so they understand all of the nuances of gesture, movement that's so critical to Kathak and how to play with it. So on tabla we have Satyaprakash Mishra. He's the son and disciple of his father, Pandit Kalinath Mishra. And on sitar is a musician. He's not only an incredible sitar player, but he's also a composer, arranger. He sings beautifully. He plays the harmonium. He's been working in our family of dancers since 2005 now. And he's composed a lot of the music you'll be hearing today. So he's an incredibly sensitive musician and a very generous soul, stringent of energy. And so now a few compositions. We'll begin. These compositions are kind of spoken word. We'll say in different bowls, language of the dance, language of the drum, and then you'll see that translated through movement. This first composition is a composition in 5 different speeds. So you'll hear the same phrase, and it'll slowly increase in speeds. Ping, 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 ta, ping, ping, ta, ta, ping, ping, da, ping, ping, da, ping, na, ding, 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 da, ding, ding. Ta de kita te de ka de kita te de ka da ga he da ta ki te ti ki ta ki te ki te ta ki te ta ki te ta ta te de ta de ki te de ka de ki te ka de ga di ke ta ki te ti te ta ki te ti ki te ta ki te ta ki te ta ta ne te de ta de ki te ta de ka de ki te ta de ka de di ga na ta ki te ti ki te ta ki te ti ki te ta ki te ta ki te ta ta ne te de ta de ki te ta de ka de ka de ka di ga ta ki te ti ki te ta ki te ki ta ki te ta ta ne te de ta de ka de ka de ka de ka di ga ta ki te ti ki te ta ki te ti ki te ta ki ta 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 ta. Next composition, instead of the prefix, it'll be the suffix that increases. One turn, and 2, 3, 4, 5. Ping. Da. Ping. Day, day, ping. Ping. Dakita, tikita, dakita, tikita, tana, ta, tana, ta, tatika, teka, tika, 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 ta, takita, tikita, dakita, tikita, tana, ta, tana, ta, tatika, teka, tika, 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 ping, ping, nana, tatika, teka, tika, 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 na, tatika, teka, tika, tika, do, tatika, teka, tika, do, di, tatika, teka, tika, tika, 1, 2, 3, 4, tatika, teka, tika, tika. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's so hard to recognize faces in the mask. The next composition is a little different. Nritya, storytelling incorporated with the pure dance words, folds. So this is a little vignette of Krishna and Radha. So Krishna is looking at his beloved, the beautiful Radha. He starts teasing her. And she says, don't bother me. And then finally, he goes, puts his arm around her, and just looks at her. So a little vignette of Radha and Krishna.
style of tabla playing, that is Banaras Gharana. And there was a legend, Pandit Samta Prasad Ji. His nickname, people started calling him Gudai Maharaj. The reason was because his baya, his bass used to sound like this. More deeper than that. So people started feeling something in stomach and people started saying, your name is Gudai Maharaj. We keep you can feel it. So his composition, te, hin, ta, din, da, dhadaga, 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 tamba, dhadaga, tamba, dhadaga, tamba, dhadaga, 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 tamba, dhadaga, tamba, dhadaga, tamba, dhadaga, 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 tamba, dhadaga, tamba, dhadaga, tamba. Aji.
I've never heard this composition from this time. Compositions with counting numbers. So this Gindi is a composition that counts down in descending order. So it'll be 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and king, 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 na, 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 king, 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 da, 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 da. Pure dance. Second will be done in a Lucknow school of Kathak, which is known for delicacy, beauty. And the third will be known for the Jaipur school of Kathak, which is very powerful footwork and rhythms. So same composition, 3 ways. composition, this will be fully improvised between me and Satyaprakash Tabla. The next composition will be a semi-classical piece known as a Holi. So Holi is a festival of color celebrated in the spring in India. It's not spring, but we do have a beautiful festival of colors just about to end here as well. So a short snippet of Holi. This is performed in the traditional style in Kathak, which is known as Baith Ke Bhau, seated storytelling. So I'll begin seated, then then I will get up because I know the sight lines are not great in this room. In this traditional form of semi-classical dance and music, you take one line and try to interpret it in many, many different ways. So, for example, if you were going to try to describe the color red, what are all the ways you can use to describe the color red? If you're wearing a bangle and it breaks, there's a drop of blood, the color red. In your bindi, that's traditional, the color red. Your sindoor, the color red. Your jewels, the color red. The flowers blooming, the color red. So similarly, you'll see different ways of playing Holi. So traditionally you take colored powder and fling it at your friends, or put it on their cheeks. Or you fill a water gun with colored water and spray it, covering people in colored water. Or you take a bucket, fill it with powder, water, and fling it. So you'll see all these different ways of showing Holi in this song. The words are Kanhaiya Sang Chalo Guya Aaj Kheli Holi, which translates to with Lord Krishna, who's often shown playing a bansuri, a bamboo flute. Come, friend, let's go play Holi. So you'll see many, many interpretations of this. And the friends are leaving their houses, walking out their door. Some are dark-skinned, like the color of their eyeliner, the color of their hair. Some are fair, like the color of the moon, the stars. Some are sparkling with their jewels. Some have a little twirl in their gait. Some are very stubborn, and some are being teased by their friends. So you'll see all these lines in the story. And the final verse of the song is, they hear the beautiful music of Krishna's flute, and they go searching, where is this beautiful music coming from? And they sneak away from their in-laws, their family, and sneak away to go play Holi. So, a song of Holi. Before we conclude, just wanted to acknowledge a few people today. I'd like to thank Isabel Fine, without whom tonight's concert would not be possible. Thank you so much, Isabel. And to our incredible sound engineer, Kuko. We have a school of Kathak in the greater Boston area, Chandika. There's many, many students, family members, volunteers here today, without whom today's concert, musicians' residency wouldn't be possible. So I'd like to extend a special thank you to all of the Chandika community. And finally, I would like to acknowledge my teacher, without whom I wouldn't be standing here today. She actually taught Kathak at Wellesley for almost 2 decades as a part of the PE department. She retired last year and I've started taking the class, but she's here today, Gretchen Hayden. So the final piece will be a Gat Pao, a dramatic story. This is again a story about the Hindu god, Lord Krishna. He's in his village of Vrindavan, and he notices that the villagers are praying to Lord Indra, who's the king of rain and thunder. And he looks at them and he says, "Why are you worshiping this arrogant king? Worship instead the divine that lives within you." So the villagers see the wisdom in his words. They take heed, and Krishna departs. But up in the heavens, Lord Indra is sitting on his throne. He looks down and he's incensed. How dare the villagers don't pray to me? So he orders his servant to bring his bow and arrow. He takes aim at the clouds, unleashing torrential rain and thunder on the village of Vrindavan. And I will leave the rest of the story up to your imagination. Hopefully the gestures can convey the rest of the story. So the story of Govardhan Giri.
Lord Krishna is sweet. Lord Indra. Up in the heavens he sits on his throne, arrogant king of rain and thunder. He looks down on the villagers. Those people of Vrindavan, they don't worship me. How dare they? I will teach them a lesson. Go bring my bow, he orders his servant. His servant offers him the bow. He searches for a cloud. Unleashing torrential rain and thunder on the villagers. The village is flooded. The men of the village go around in despair. and road to safety. The villagers arrived to dry land. They prayed to Lord Krishna, "Please come save us." Lord Krishna looks down from the heavens. He reassures the villagers. I will come and protect all of you.
Again, thank you all for coming, and I want to say that we do acknowledge that the sightlines aren't the best in this room. We're learning about this building as we go along, but it will be posted on YouTube within about a week, as I remember, and thank you to our videographer, and also on Wellesley local TV within some period of time. Thank you, Paul. So once again, thank you so much, Shefali, and I am positive this is not the last time we're doing this, and I promise we'll have the chairs in a different spot.